Hi, Rick McBride with your Property Masters team with your 5 minutes of free time. Today is a pretty special day. Today in the city of DeBary we have a special election to elect a new mayor. Say what you will about the prior mayor, but today, regardless of what happens, we are electing a new mayor. It's very important that you vote in your local elections. The local officials have the most impact on your life. Way more impact than the president. We all want to talk about the president, but the people that make the decisions at the local level and affect your everyday life are your local elected officials. There's many reasons that local government impacts us. One way is a lot of the money trickles down from the federal level to the state level and then down to the local level. And at the local level, they decide how to spend it. And that directly affects you. They may spend it on parks. How does that affect real estate? Well, a city with beautiful parks tends to bring in more money than a city. It tends to have higher property values than a city with no parks, for instance, or run-down parks. They also use the money for improvements for the city. Again, supporting the real estate market in the city. Infrastructure, of course, supports the city. Here in DeBary, we had a $10 million water project, stormwater project, and during the last hurricane, we had not one bit of flooding, whereas in prior years, we had had extreme flooding. So they use it on that. If there's not a lot of stuff they want to do at any given time, they can give you a tax cut. We all love tax cuts, right? And then, of course, economic incentives for people to come to the city, businesses to set up, bring jobs, that type of thing. Local government, more than anything, to affect you, though, creates zoning. They create residential zoning. We have different levels of residential zoning. We have R4, which is pretty typical in a standard development where quarter-acre lots. R4 means 4 properties per acre. We have R5, which is basically 0 lot lines. And then we have R1 and R2, 1 acre. And then R2 is 2, which is half acres. Additionally, they zone things commercial. And when they're zoning commercial, they will typically decide what type of density they want. Do they want little mom and pop shops density, or do they want super Walmart density? So big decisions there, especially if it's right in your backyard. They will also zone something industrial. Industrial is typically zoned away from residential and buffered by commercial. But industrial can be both light, medium, and heavy. We don't see a lot of heavy industrial around this area, but we do see some light to medium industrial, and that provides good, hard-working jobs. And then finally, they'll zone something agricultural. Most of this area was agricultural before, and now, of course, it's getting rezoned to residential and commercial. What government can't do, this is what your local officials can't do that you always want them to do, but they simply can't do it. The law will not allow it. They cannot decide who comes to them. They can't decide whether you can buy a house, or Joe can buy a house, or John can buy a house. They can't decide who can buy property in the city. Anyone can buy it. It is a free country. Likewise, that extends to commercial. They can't decide what store is going to set up in town. They can't decide what business is going to build in town. As long as the businesses conform to the existing zoning, there's nothing they can do to stop someone from moving into town. Nor would we want them to. It's a free country. That's what we love about this place. They also can't restrict any conforming businesses at all. So if a business comes in and it conforms 100%, they can pretty much do what they want. And they cannot stop you from building what you want as long as it conforms to your zoning. What they can do, though, and they do often, is they can change the zoning to meet current and future demand. So maybe an area used to be zoned residential, now it's a 4-lane road has gone through it, so they're going to change that zoning to maybe commercial / industrial, most likely commercial. and so that people can set up shops and serve the people that live in the community. They can issue variances. So while if you're moving into an area and you don't quite conform, but you're conform enough, they can issue a variance to allow you to move in. They can also create special taxing districts. Say if you want new water, new roads for one particular area, they can create a special taxing district in that area. And finally, they can grandfather non-conforming uses. Let's say you had an adult store on 1792. As long as you keep it that way, it's non-conforming, but it's grandfathered in because it's been there forever. So make sure that you pick your candidate, research your candidates, and get out there and vote today for DeBary mayor. Nothing is more important